This is my intro music. Welcome to the video. I hope you like it lots, so don't forget to subscribe and click the thumbs up button. Now let's react.
Hey, hi, hello, then welcome to another episode of An Anthropologist Watches Amberlynn read. Blame us for 8 minutes about why her new relationship is already falling apart. Cool. Anyway, Amber posted this video about a day ago now. Today being July the 26th. I still have to look at it. Goddamn. 6th. 6th. How do you say that normally? Anyway. I've already seen this once, and I've watched a couple people react to it. Going into this, I do want to say that I did watch Mr. Snowflake's video where he's wearing a cat mask. Where he says he's reading off some posts from the farms. I don't go on the farm, so I've been there once. And so I don't know how reliable these posts are, but they do seem pretty spooky if they are accurate. But apparently they are posts from what appear to have been Tommy's former partner, who passed away from, I'm guessing, complications from super morbid obesity. They don't look great for Tommy, but Tommy didn't necessarily do anything in general. Like, this problem with feeder fish is it's not necessarily illegal. It's just weird and concerning. So I don't know how valid any of that stuff is yet. I will keep my ear to the Amberverse to find out. But here's one thing I do want to point out, because it's recent, is the whole debacle with Amber's mother and the charges against Amber's mom. The community at large is very quick to jump on anything negative that has to do with Amber or the people around her, regardless of if this stuff has been vetted properly or not. So I guess what I'm saying here is, please right now take everything with a giant grain of salt. I get that people don't like Amber, and I know that they're not going to like Tommy just because Tommy is associated with Amber. So I get that aspect of it, but don't go jumping off bridges with no information, right? So, or just bad information in general. This community loves rumors. So let's not, especially considering the gravity of some of these rumors, let's not push them until we know they're accurate. And they very well will be. And if they are, we will discuss it at that point. Amber is addressing the rumors that she's heard. I don't know if she's heard the stuff off of Kiwi Farms yet. She does say that she hasn't heard every rumor out there, so she can't address every rumor. Fair. So that's just my caveat going forward. Oh, and my other thing is, can we not with the Tommy Salami thing? Like, before we get too far into this, I do have her sped up to time and a quarter, so if she's like sniffling faster than she normally does, that's because she sped up. Thank you to everybody who's been supporting the channel. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to my members. You guys rock. You got me to 8K. I do actually have an idea of the super cool, secretive thing that I really can't tell you anything about yet, because again, I haven't hammered out all the details yet. I don't even know if everybody's going to enjoy it. So there you go. But I am trying to work on that, because I feel like 8K is something that we should do something different for, as opposed to just another Q&A. So there's that. And that's all I've got. So let's get into this and get it over with. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to speed her up to time and a half. Because again, I've watched this already, and I know it's basically Amber's just lecturing us because her feelings are hurt, and it's all our fault somehow. So.
Hello guys, welcome to a new video. So I might get emotional and I really don't want to. I have been doing my fair share of crying for sure.
Girlfriend, look at that. Look at that duper's delight. Look at that. She's looking at the light to make her eyes water. So, whatever.
Sure, it looks it. I'm just having like genuinely a hard time. As you guys know, I met my girlfriend in person, and like, for the lack of a better word, like it was just magical, like truly magical. And
hey man, first dates that go really well usually are pretty magical feeling. They're not, you know, the basis of the rest of your life, though.
And it just, I haven't felt that happy in forever. Sorry. You know, finally being with someone like...
I haven't felt that great. Sorry. Okay. I don't tend to cry when I'm happy. Well, okay, let me put it this way. I don't tend to like cry like that when I'm happy. Maybe I've just never been happy. Wouldn't that be it? Apparently I've never been happy.
That I feel like isn't a shame to me. Like, it just felt really good. And so, like, I posted her on my Instagram, as you guys saw. I also posted her on TikTok, and
As you guys saw,
I can't even tell you how much support we got. Like, it was
I will be honest, like a lot of the stuff that I saw, there were a lot of people who were throwing shade. But there were a lot of people who were like, yay, happy for you, you know, that kind of stuff. There were a couple people who were like really weirdly overreacting. But for the most part, I did see a lot of people who were just kind of like, yay, good for you. You guys look happy. Because they did.
a lot. Like, majority of you are literally the sweetest, like, ever. So thank you, like, from the both of us, truly. Like, a lot of you saw
But so I'm going to focus on the people who were actually crappy to me because, like, if I only focus on the people who were positive and supportive, I wouldn't have anything to complain about.
all the happiness and saw the love just in a 16-second clip. So thank you for that. Like, trust me, there's a lot of it. A lot of love, a lot of happiness, a lot of joy when we're together. Like, it feels magical to me. It's like,
I honestly don't think Amber truly understands the complexities that go into the word love or the feeling love. I don't think Amber's capable of it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And whatever it is that Amber thinks is love is an incredibly shallow and conditional feeling. And it's just it's unfortunate.
you guys know I don't post my girlfriends online because people are crazy. People ruin it. They
Crystal, Destiny, Beck, Wifey. That's why no one believes Valentine was a real person. And now you've put Tommy out there. But you never post your girlfriends on social media.
absolutely ruin it without a doubt. But I remember there was a discussion that me and my girlfriend had. She literally asked me, like, is it important for you that your partner is in your videos? And I said, in fairy tale world, yes. Like, yeah, that would be really nice for me. But realistically, I would understand if my partner did not want to be in my videos. I will never force someone to do that. And
Crystal, Destiny, Beck.
she said literally because it's important to me, that's why she would be willing to be in my videos. And it just meant a lot. It was very like selfless of her. That's just one example of like the way that she loves me. Like when you see something that's important to your partner, you kind of want
If you could only see the way.
to like make that happen for them. And she wanted to do that for me, and I thought that was super sweet. So we were super excited to post that video on Instagram and TikTok. And again, the love and support has been just so appreciated. But then there has been a lot that has happened since I posted it, and it's literally just a 16-second clip, and it has validated every fear that I've ever had about showing a partner on my videos or just on social media in general.
I don't think she was crying when we got this lecture after Wifey got doxxed because Amber kept putting her name and stuff out there. But I do remember we got this exact lecture when her and Wifey first started getting together, and Wifey was like, no, I don't want to be in your videos. And Amber was like, the reason she doesn't want to be in my videos is because you guys keep looking her up and you're so mean and there's rumors and yada, yada, yada. You know your audience, Amber. You know this is who we are. Yes, we are a bunch of little monsters. Why would you feed us?
There are so many rumors being made up about her, things that are just like wild. Obviously, I have not heard every single rumor, so I can't sit here and
I don't think she has heard all of the rumors, because I think she would have addressed the ones that I was hearing from Mr. Snowflake's channel. I feel like she would have said something a little bit more than, no, she's not a feeder.
deny or confirm every single thing because literally it's just a lot. But I do want to talk
Excuse me.
about some of the rumors that I have heard, because I feel like that's super important. So the first thing is, no, she is not a feeder. People think that she's a feeder, and she's definitely not that. Like, yes, she has a specific type, but I'm letting you guys know that like every single person that I've been in a relationship with, everyone that you guys have known, they said that they prefer girls my size.
I think it was the members live that I talked about this in, because I think this dropped right about the time I was in the members live. No one should be surprised at all that Tommy is a chubby chaser. Like, literally no one, because I know that's one of the things. Like, oh my god, she went after some other fat fluencer who's a fat fluencer, and it's just like, and I mean, nobody who's into like skinny mini healthy chicks is gonna go after Amber. They're just not. It's not a slam against Amber, and it's not a slam against people who don't like people Amber's size. It's just they're not attracted to each other. of course, the people who are going to find Amber attractive are people who like big women. It's just the way of the world, guys. Like, that shouldn't be surprising to anybody.
That is a thing that all of my partners have had in common. I think that I don't know if I would ever
I mean, can we talk about Destiny's last couple fiancés?
actually be in a relationship with someone who didn't prefer bigger girls, because it's like, I am really big and I wouldn't see someone who prefers like smaller girls to be in a relationship with me. That probably would never happen. So 9 times out of 10, when someone my size is in a relationship, it's more than likely because I am that person's type. And that's no different in this relationship. But to be a feeder is a completely different topic. A feeder versus someone who prefers bigger girls, 2 completely different things.
I'm gonna have to side with her on this one, honestly, because, like, you can just dig big chicks, that's fine. Feederism's a whole other lifestyle, and I don't know. I need those kind of accusations. I'm gonna need evidence for, like, not just anonymous postings on various web pages. I need evidence of it, and I'm sure if Tommy decides to hang out online long enough, we'll find that evidence. But you know,
And she is not that.
if it exists.
She is not a feeder. I would never in a million years be in a relationship with one. There's also rumors going around that she has STDs, specifically herpes, which is freaking insane and absolutely not true. I don't understand STDs.
The STDs to have herpes is not that big of a deal, so they got all kinds of ways of controlling that shit now.
Shaming anyways. I think that's wild to me, but that's
Okay, so here's my caveat on this one. I'm not going in for the STD shaming. I just like her go like, it's wild to me that people would accuse her of having an STD, but STD shaming is just like crazy in my opinion. It's like, wow, that was a weird switch. Like, why would you be concerned about that if the person you're with or you yourself don't have an STD? Like, it's not that people don't think about other people. That's not, Amber doesn't think about other people. It's kind of my point here. So why would she be thinking about STD shaming if no one around her has an STD? It's a weird thing to come out of her mouth, specifically Amber's, not in people in general. It's just like, well, if she doesn't have an STD, why are you worried about people STD shaming? It's just a thing. Makes me think. It doesn't mean anything. It just makes me think.
a whole other topic. But no, she does not have herpes. That's crazy. So majority of
Okay, so she doesn't have herpes. Like, this is how Amber works, though. STD shaming is just wild to me, and no, she doesn't have herpes. Well, okay. Which one does she have, then? I'm not saying she does. I'm just saying. This is how Amber does it. This is how Amber works.
these rumors actually came within like this anonymous person, like, because the screenshot is floating around literally everywhere, and they were just like, they made up this whole thing in this paragraph, and it's like off the chain crazy. Something about how years ago my girlfriend had a wife and they were trying to like get money. No, my girlfriend has never had a wife. She doesn't have a wife. She's actually not the one that you should be worried about having a wife, but we won't go into that. She's
I think we're projecting things onto Valentine. But Valentine wasn't a catfish. I will stand by somebody was the original Valentine. But the person that Amber broke up with wasn't a real person.
never asked anyone for money. She has a full-time job. She actually has a really great life. She's never asked me for money. This is actually a topic that I brought up with her, was like, you've never asked me like how much money I make. Nothing. Like, she
That has never been a conversation I've ever brought up with like any of my partners ever. I don't ask. It's weird. If you're gonna be like, obviously the partner I'm with now, but we've been together for like 15 years. We're a little familiar with each other's finances at this point. But, you know, when you're first meeting people, I know there are some people that are like right off the bat, if you're not making X number of dollars or if you're not employed in X specific careers, you are not for me. And you know what? You don't want to date that person anyway if you're not in their little category of okay. It's fine. It's really okay. Let those people go be in their own little bubble. It's fine. That's where they want to be anyway. Let them have it. You know? So I know there are people that do that, but I just think like the average person I think that's kind of a weird thing to ask on the first date. Oh, so how much do you make? Why? Well, I just need to know how much I can order off of the menu tonight. I just like where does that conversation go after that?
has never talked to me about money, ever. I'm the one who actually brought it up because I was shocked by it. She was here for 4 days and she bought majority of everything.
Like, the only time you would really talk about money as a couple would be when you're in that phase where you're considering combining households, you know? Like, oh, I make X amount of money, therefore I can afford X amount of rent, kind of a thing. You know, that is then an issue. But this is the first date.
For us, and it's just like people think that she's using me for money. Nope. She's extremely independent, and I find that to be pretty attractive, not gonna lie. So those are like the main rumors, and I'm telling you guys, majority of the rumors that you're hearing are absolutely untrue.
I don't have a reason to believe that Tommy doesn't have her own money because wifey did. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, she was trying to like milk Amber for stuff. And it's like, yeah, but wifey bought the car. That was wifey's car. And wifey had no problem just dumping Amber and running. So that would strike me as somebody who has some kind of financial freedom, that they're not dependent on Amber and they don't feel stuck, compared to Beck and their inability to exit the relationship because of the financial burden. Beck didn't think they had anywhere to go. Amber was holding the car over their head. She was holding income over their head. So like, I can understand why Beck had a hard time exiting a relationship. These are also traits of abuse. But with like wifey was just like done. And that usually is not that's usually something somebody who has the financial freedom to just kind of leave will do. Like, I don't have to put up with your ass. I'm not dependent on you for anything.
There is this one thing that's floating around of this girl saying how like my girlfriend messaged her, weeks ago. It wasn't weeks ago, it was months ago. It was even before me and my girlfriend even started talking. And that literally means nothing to me. Like, yes, people have a past. Like, I was in a whole ass relationship before I met this girl. Like, there is a such thing as like flirting and dating around and like trying to find your person. Like, I will
and this is another thing I'm going to have to agree with Amber on, and I think I brought it up in the members live as well. They don't strike me as virgins, so my guess is they've been dating other people, and Tommy has a type, so Tommy's going to go after the girls that fit their type. So I'm not entirely sure why anybody cares. It would be like somebody being like, you were seeing people before you were with your partner? Yeah. Saw quite a few, actually. Like, how many people did you date before you ended up with your partner? It's very unusual for people to have dated one person and settled down for the rest of their life.
never judge her for
In my opinion.
that. I think that's just, it's really weird that would even be like a topic of discussion of like, oh my God, Amberlynn's girlfriend has talked to other girls in the past. Like, duh, we all have. Like, literally, I've been in how many relationships? Also, like, bringing in people from her past or bringing in like family members or bringing in like friends or whatever it may be is just crazy and it's not warranted. It doesn't need to happen. I just really want to protect.
I unfortunately have to agree with her there as well too. I don't care. Unless it's something very important, which most of the time it isn't. I don't care.
Her because her heart is so pure and genuine and beautiful, like one of the actual greatest people I've ever known, and I will do anything in my power to protect her. Like, this has been affecting her. She's not used to being in the spotlight like this, especially with so many people who like want to create drama or create content regarding her.
I have to question anyone who would date Amber. Like, I really do. I don't believe that they're an innocent babe, lost in the woods of the great world of social media. They DM'd you. Like, can they not read? Do they not have access to YouTube? Do they not see the comments under your posts? Like, even Beck contacted you through your YouTube channel because of your YouTube channel. Wifey contacted you because of your YouTube channel. You're not going to convince me that Tommy's not contacting you because they know who you are, which that's what makes me go, like, you know what you're getting into, Tommy, because if you don't, you're either oblivious or you're lying. There's just no way around it.
Really, ultimately, it's people creating lies and rumors, and it's affecting her. It's affecting me, and it's not fair and it's not right. She's literally just.
And literally neither of the two of you should have been unprepared for that. You just went through this with your mom. Like, how do you not know this was going to happen with your girlfriend? This happened with your last girlfriend. This happened with Beck. Okay? People dig into your relationships. If they had had any idea who Valentine was, we would all know. That's the only reason why I'm convinced Valentine isn't real, because we don't know squat about Valentine. And you're just bad at that game. So
trying to love me and have a relationship with me, and she's being torn apart for it. So to protect her and to protect us and to protect our peace, I don't think I want her on camera anymore, and I don't think she wants to be on camera. Like, we were
I love how this is Amber's decision and not Tommy's decision, and I also love how this is somehow punishment to us. Like, I'm gonna punish you by not showing you my girlfriend anymore. Girl, we already know who she is. It's too late. It's like, why? We know. This shit's not gonna stop. It's too late. You might as well stay on camera. Nothing's going to change.
going to share our relationship online. Like, she was going to be in my videos, and I really wanted that, and she wanted that. Like, it was gonna be a moment for all of us, and I know how many people would have literally loved to see that. And I know.
And once you start living together, how are you reliably convinced that you're going to keep her off camera? You barely kept wifey off camera, and even then there were still people who were like pulling her image out of reflections off of your appliances. So how do you figure you're going to keep Tommy safe once the two of you start living together?
Well, there still are so many of you, majority of you are rooting for us, and I appreciate that so much. But there is a group of people who have ruined the possibility of something really great for this channel, and I know that I can carry on this channel by myself.
I mean, I keep watching.
Always have.
She's
Somehow
got
I've
me
always made it
there.
through, and I'm grateful for every single one of you who watch me. But like, it would have been fun to
You are? Every single one of us? You're grateful for me?
have another element. I know you guys would have loved that, but
Sorry.
ultimately, mental health comes 1st. People's well-being comes first.
If your mental health comes first, Amber, why haven't you gone to a doctor to have your BPD addressed or any of the other myriad Pokemon editions that you have collected over the years? Why haven't you had any of those addressed? Like, why are you not in therapy? If mental health is so important, why don't you take your medicine? If mental health is so important, why are you jumping from relationship to relationship without having the problems addressed? Your mental health is not that important to you. It's a convenient excuse, but it is not important to you.
And I don't want anything to affect my girlfriend because she means the absolute world to me. It just sucks
Right now.
like a lot that this has happened. It was literally just because of a 16-second clip of us just being happy.
And you know better. Look at your smile. You know better. You knew this was going to happen. You know your audience. You knew as soon as you posted that this was going to happen. So who's really at fault here?
And us just being in love. I think that we just need to do better as people. I don't really know what else to say right now.
You and Tommy need to do better as people? All right, I'm here for it. Let's see you do it.
It just ultimately sucks really bad. And it's like, as much as I wanted people to do the right thing, I should have known that like that wasn't gonna happen. And
yes, you should have. What world do you live in where this doesn't happen?
that's really sad, really. I don't really know when I'm gonna be filming again. I kind of just feel like
And that's what this was really all about. Amber doesn't want to put out video right now. Amber feels like she needs a mental break or whatever. She took a week off and she's filmed 4 times, and so now she needs another break. That's what this is really about.
defeated a little bit, and it's just hard. So
It's hard. My new girlfriend doesn't want to be on camera with me.
anyways, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Amber's relationship isn't going the way she wanted it to go. It's all of our faults. If something is to happen to this relationship and her and Tommy break up, it will be all of our faults. And we're all horrible people, even though Amber should know better than to share stuff like this with her audience, because this always happens. Oh, and Amber never puts her girlfriends online. Ever. Never. Anyway. If you've made it this far in the video, go ahead and put a moon phase in the comment section, because she's wearing probably the only shirt she owns that I like, which is her moon shirt. Feel free to talk about this down below. Please be respectful. As respectful as we ever are, I guess. I'm not here for the name calling. I don't like it. So let's not do that. And I don't know. Like I said, I did watch the Mr. Snowflake video where he's got his cat mask on. I know he said what he found was on the farms. I have not seen it with my own eyes, but I don't go on the farms, so I want that to be a little bit more. Even then, coming off of the farms doesn't mean that it's accurate. It just means it came off the farms. So, I mean, I think the stuff about Amber's mom came off the farms, and so that's, lesson learned, one would hope. And it's like the second time something like that's happened. So let's not make this the third, I guess is where I'm going with that. But again, I don't care that Tommy's dated other girls. I don't care that Tommy's dated other fat girls. I don't care that Tommy's a chubby chaser because she wouldn't be dating Amber otherwise. It just would not happen. It's not like some health conscious bodybuilder who's totally into slim chicks is going to suddenly decide that they need to date Amber. It's just not going to happen. That's pretty much it. Will we ever know who Valentine was? No, Valentine is a ghost. Valentine is the perfect scapegoat. Valentine isn't real, so that's why Valentine is perfect, because we can't verify or deny anything she has to say about Valentine because there is no Valentine. So there's that. And what else? I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. So I don't know. We'll see how this develops. I don't really think it's all that big of a bombshell. I think Amber should just ignore everybody because we say this a lot, though. Just ignore us. We are not your friends. We are not your therapists. We're not your doctors. Why do you give a shit? If the negative comments really are impacting you this badly, ignore them. You claim you have plenty of positive comments. Why not just focus on them? The less you feed the trolls, the less the trolls will react, and they'll just congregate in their little trolldoms, and you'll never have to interact with them again. Or much. There's always going to be trolls, is my point. But Amber knows this, knows what her audience is. She knows who her audience is. She feeds it because she knows it gets her interaction with her videos. Comparison of this video to Glitter and Lasers. This has 45,000 and going views within 23 hours. Amber only has 236k subscribers. Glitter and Lasers has 2.2 million subscribers, and I think her most recent video has like 22 views on it. Yeah, 22k views on Glitter and Lasers' most recent video, which is 2 days old. I realize this is a tidbit that should go on the back end of Glitter and Lasers' video, but it's just something I keep bringing up because Glitter and Lasers' numbers do not add up. Amber's numbers are just kind of reinforce that Glitter and Lasers numbers don't add up. Anyway, all right. Yeah, your emoji is a moon. Let me know what you guys think down below. Try not to get too name-cally because I don't like it. And I will see everybody in the next one. Bye.
This is my outro music. You can't copyright strike me because it's just me singing. This is my outro music. Thank you for watching. See you next time.